Hello, I'm Mason.
And I'm Shane.
I'm Keegan.
And I'm Michael.
And we are the Adventures of the Bottle Horn.
So, first off, we had to define a problem. What were we thinking, right? An objective? To create an apparatus? Maybe making things easier? We didn't know. So, we had contents in our hands, right? A backpack. We were at school, thinking. And so, we found out it's kind of difficult in the morning to put a water bottle in your backpack. So, we made a basic goal. To create a mechanical device to put your water bottle in your backpack way easier than before. And we had to move on to research. Researching was kind of hard because we couldn't find really anything on how to make a better water bottle holder. And then we thought to ourselves, oh, a shoehorn. But shoehorns can be fragile, especially in a student environment. So we needed it to be small and compact, simple, light and durable. Needed to endure a lot of student life. Because if we wanted to make this thing last long, it had to be strong.
Brainstorm solutions. What could make water bottle pockets better? We had many different solutions to this. Our first solutions, they didn't necessarily work out too well. They were too bulky, I would say. Some designs were overly complicated, too many mechanical moving parts. It just kind of interfered with itself. Designing and developing, we went with a hemispherical design to promote compactness, and we added movable lips. The lips allow for the bottle to actually be guided into the pocket, and so it'll catch the bottle, and as it slips in, the lip is actually connected to a bar, and then it hits the bar and then pushes down on like a little plate at the bottom, which has a spring. And so when it slips in, it actually locks into place. So the lip goes from just guiding the bottle in to actually like holding it into the pocket and making it secure. We had to develop additional integrations with our project. We made prongs longer on the external lip so that it would actually catch easier the bottle, and then we had to also do some other things, like such as the floor piece at like the pressure plate, the spring initially could not fit properly, and so we had to do some other integrations to actually allow the mechanisms to flow correctly. And when the bottle is removed, the mechanism can actually reset with the loops protruding back out.
We had to move into making prototypes. So the first prototype was functional, however, there were a few issues. The lip at the top was able to move, so it could swing too far back and there was nothing to stop it. The pins were too small for the holes, so sometimes they would slide out and they would break. It was mainly the breaking which was a major issue. So we had to move into testing and iterations to make it better. And so we decided to include a bar that limited the range of motion of the lip, and there was still some trouble with the pins. We had to increase the size of the pins and make them more robust. Also, the spring was scaled up incorrectly, and it had a wrong rotation, so the pitch of the spring was incorrect. And finally, we arrived to our last product. So for the holes, they were resized, so they got larger holes. And there was a bar here, which stops it, so it's at a proper angle. So it stops at a 45 degree. And then down here is where the spring is, which fits in properly. These are the prongs that are longer, and they actually catch the bottle as it goes down. And this bar kind of keeps everything moving correctly. And this is our final iteration.
Step 7, communicating results. So with our logo here, the idea of the bottle horn itself was meant to be a simple device with a simple task, allowing you to enter your water bottle into your backpack holder simpler and faster. With our logo itself, we chose to go with a simpler design to match the aesthetic of the bottle horn itself. And like our logo says, slip it in with ease.
Oh man, I can't get it in.
You need the bottle horn.
That was so much easier.
And thank you, judges, for watching.